Bonjour, my name is David DeVere. I'm a wine and spirits educator and world traveler. You are watching Savvy Nomad TV, and this is the Eau de Vie edition. Today we are tasting number 11 and 12 from our 24 Whiskeys of Scotland tour. Here's the little lesson for today. Number 12 says it's batch strength, and what does that mean? Number 11 says it's not batch strength. Well, batch strength is essentially saying that that's the whiskey as it came out of the barrel without being cut down with water. So normally distilled spirits are distilled at higher percentage of alcohol, and then they age, and then they take that aged spirit out of the barrel and they add water to it to bring that percentage of alcohol down. And that normal floor is 40%. So you buy vodka, 40% or 80 proof. Most whiskeys are also 40%, but could go higher. A lot of these are 46%, but our batch strength one is 50%. So that's 100 proof or 50% proof, just divide it in half and you get the alcohol percentage. Now, why am I even talking about this? Because it's kind of interesting. We've talked about the barrel and the distillation and how it's made and the beer, but the barrel still has influence, and what is influencing the barrel and the distillate or the alcohol that's in the barrel is time. And the more time it spends in the barrel, the more alcohol evaporates. And as it evaporates, the amount of liquid condenses. Thus, batch strength is higher alcohol, but only because it's been in the barrel for a while and that alcohol has evaporated and hasn't evaporated down. I suppose if you left it in there forever, 50, 60, 70, 80 years, maybe you'd get absolutely no alcohol. You'd have nothing left. It would just all evaporate off because there is an oxygen-rich environment that the barrel's living in. How much evaporates? Well, depends on where you live. If you live someplace warm, like Kentucky or Tennessee, then you might lose 5% of your liquid every single year to evaporation. If you live someplace cold, like Scotland, that might be only 2%. That alcohol that's evaporating out of the barrels, you can smell it in the towns, and in some places a mold grows in areas around where the alcohol is evaporating, and the mold actually eats the alcohol. This is very common in the cognac region in France, where they make a lot of brandies or cognacs, and you can see the stripes of mold from all the masonry windows and doors from these warehouses that are storing cognac, that are aging cognac. As that stuff, alcohol, is evaporating, it's coming out. Now, the term for this is usually called the angel share. It's the share of the whiskey, the cognac, the brandy, whatever, that the angels take. Okay, so batch strength is straight out of the barrel. Every other one is cut. All right, that's your lesson for today. Let's go taste today's scotches.
Okay, easy, easy.
Sarah's standing on dirt. I'm standing on ice. Okay.
Okay.
Let's open it like this.
Da, 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 da. Ah, okay. Welcome to whiskey taste number
6.
which equals Scotch numbers
11 and 12.
Yeah, 11 and 12. Well, we had it easy for a couple weeks there.
You can tell it's colder again.
Much colder.
What should I do with this?
I don't know. I'm busy. You're going to have to read it. Or I could do both. Put it in my hand.
4-year. This is our first one, number 11. Single malt Scotch whiskey, 4-year from the Coal Isla Distillery. Woody, distinctly salty, and lots of smoke. The palate is maritime notes of iodine, seaweed, tar, with smoke swirling on the palate. These notes fade into floral layers alongside toasted seeds and malt, smoky peat, and a hint of menthol and slight maltiness.
I'm not sure that sounds appealing at all.
There we go. Let's get the microphone out of the box. Okay, so here's number 11.
I have to relook at that. Flavors of iodine. Well, I mean, I do love salt. I'm not sure about salted whiskey. Salted smoky whiskey. Well, that sounds like a tasty snack, I guess, actually.
We're in one of Duluth's mini creek areas today, and there's this waterfall. The temperature has gotten cold again, and so now this waterfall has formed here from a storm sewer, probably, or storm drain.
Probably another creek runoff. I mean, Minnesota has a lot of natural springs that just bubble up out of nowhere.
Especially in Duluth. We have one under our house, in fact.
It does smell kind of iodine-y.
It smells iodine-y, minerally, salty.
Neat.
But I think it's going to be a smoke bomb.
Oh, God.
Okay, I'm going to taste it.
I mean, I like smoked fish. Okay. God, smells so smoky.
The whiskey is warmer than the outside.
So scared.
It's salty.
Weird.
It's very, very salty.
It is salty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God, the aftertaste is so smoky.
It's very minerally, medicinal is the word
Very
I would
mineral.
use. A little bit of maybe solvent. I'm going to add a little water to it.
I'm waiting for that aftertaste of floral that they said would happen.
I don't see that. I don't taste that.
I'm not really getting it either. It's mostly just smoky and salty. There was one a couple times ago that they said was salty, which I don't recall feeling like that was
I thought salty
true
caramel
for me.
a couple
Oh, you
times
did?
ago.
Yeah.
This is 4 years, so it's pretty young.
Yeah. It's very
I'm not even
complex.
sure that they often sell 4-year single malts.
Yeah.
And look at the color, it's very, very pale.
Now, funnily, with the distillery being what looks like coal, but it's spelled C-A-O-L, does make me think of smoke. It's the coal distillery. It smells less smoky with the water.
It's still super salty. Super, super salty, like sea salt.
I can't really see where I'm putting this.
Let go.
I can't let go. Okay.
What do you think? Do you think the water improved it?
It made it less intense.
I don't necessarily think it got improved by the water.
I don't think it got unimproved either, though.
No.
I just feel like it's different. It's less intense, but also less smoky, so that part was okay for me. But less
Okay.
other flavors too.
So this I didn't read here. The Cole Isla Distillery is on Islay, or Isla.
Oh.
So that is the islands where they use a lot of peat
Yeah.
in their influence. Now we're going to try batch strength blended malt Scotch whiskey, and if you've been following on our lessons, that means that it's 50% barley and then 50% of some other type of grain.
Okay.
But oh no, I got that
No,
wrong.
no.
Oh, it's so confusing. Blended means it is a blend of multiple distilleries.
Oh yeah.
Single means a single distillery. So this is blended malt Scotch whiskey. So it's all 100% barley
Oh, but from multiple.
from multiple
Distillers.
distilleries. Okay, so 6 years, undisclosed distillery because it's more than one. Savory herbs, touch of hay, suggested of dried meats, buttery honeyed bread, dried stone fruit, and a hint of ginger.
Maybe the dried meat is kind of the smoky part where it's going to be like some jerky.
The palate is sweet, nutty malt, spicy cinnamon and pepper, zesty citrus peel, and poached fruit.
Okie doke, let's give her a whirl.
I don't know if we're going to be able to get that smoky out of our mouth from the previous one.
Yeah.
So this one
should
might
have brought
be
something to wash that down.
contaminated.
Well, really for me the flavor has faded.
Abated.
Yeah, abated.
Abated.
Faded and abated.
Faded and abated. Okay, so
this
here,
is number 12.
number 12.
6-year blended malt Scotch whiskey. What do you smell?
I think it smells a little bit like moldy basement.
Oh, I don't think that at all. I think fruity and honey-y.
Yep. It opened up.
Yeah.
It is fruity. It's like a pear.
Well, now that he said that,
Okay, I'm going to taste it.
it's hard to know sometimes if you're just open to suggestion or if it's really there. Okay. What do you think? Oh, yeah,
It's nice.
It's got that oily smell too, which I
It's
kind of like.
Really sweet and nice. It's delicious.
It's thick.
It's just
Wow.
like a dessert. It's
Yeah.
very, very good.
Thick body, sweet. Right.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
You want to try it with the water then?
The other one
For science.
was a little bit of a challenge.
I mean, I like it because
It was complex,
it was complex. The first one was.
and that's good.
This one's less
But
complex.
this is like
but
a liqueur
tastier.
almost. It's
I'm gonna
delicious.
just go first.
It's really nice.
Still smells fruity. Adding water introduced that soap flavor that I always feel like I'm
The
identifying.
cilantro,
Yeah, cilantro / soap.
I don't ever get that, so I don't really know. Didn't really open up, the water didn't open up the aroma.
Less fruity now for me. More herby or minerally or leathery or something like that.
I liked it without the water.
Yeah, most of the time, getting windy. Most of the time, I think we both prefer it without the water.
Yeah,
It's interesting.
I know, and
Scotch, neat.
I've often drank my scotch or my cognacs with a little bit of ice in them, so
Yeah.
I might have to adjust my behaviors.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. That's what learning does to you, makes you think differently.
Right.
Okay, well, that's it for episode number 11 and 12, or Scotches 11 and 12, episode 6. Hope you've enjoyed this series. If you have, please give us a thumbs up. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing. We'll be back next week with another episode in another location. And enjoy the view as we walk around our local park here in Duluth and show you what some of the ice looks like today. Okay, until next time, I say à tout à l'heure and cheers.
Cheers.